All right, good morning, guys. I should just finish up your do not question for the day. Question is, what is interest, and how does it affect how people buy and sell things? So, something we've kind of talked about in the past. We've talked about principal. We talked about interest. And when I go get a loan from somebody, the principal amount is how much money I borrow. So if I go to the bank and say, "Hey, I'd like a loan for $10,000," the principal amount is $10,000. Then the interest is how much money I'm paying them extra. So they're doing me a favor, they're helping me out by loaning me the money so I can go buy whatever I need. And then in return, I'm going to give them a little extra. So I'm going to pay back the $10,000, and then I'm going to pay them back, let's say, 10%, whatever it is. So that extra 10% is how much, that's how they pay their employees. It's how they keep their lights on. That's how they make money as a business. Because, banks are just like any other business. They're there to make money. And so, not necessarily a bad thing, but just something to keep in mind. So whatever you guys have, make sure you have at least 45 sentences. Maybe get it written down. We'll go from there. So, like I said, kind of wrapping up the units. This should be one of the last lessons before we start reviewing for this unit's test. So, one term that we're going to add in your notes today. Like I said, we talked about interest. We talked about principal. Now we're going to give you a definition, at least for these purposes, for loans. So, a loan is money that is borrowed and expected to be paid back with interest. So when I loan somebody some money, maybe it's a little bit different if I just say, hey, I'll give you some money and hey, just pay me back next week. If it's just person to person, usually there's not like any interest tacked on. I'm doing somebody a favor, doing them a solid. But when I go actually get a loan from like a legitimate business, it's expected that, hey, and they'll have you sign something that has all the correct amounts on it. I'll say, hey, okay, we'll give you this amount of money, but you're going to pay us back on this date. This is how much extra you're going to pay. Then you usually sign at the bottom. So, a number of different places you can go to get loans from. The most traditional place are banks, but then you have other services, essentially. You have things like store credit cards. You have places like Rent-A-Center. You have places like Payday Loan Services, or PLS. And so these are smaller businesses that usually lend, smaller amounts of money, but, they're kind of in the same kind of business. So, in just a second, you guys go ahead and pause the video and check out the first link down at the bottom. It's about 2.5 minutes long. Let's go ahead and pause and check that out. We'll get back to you in just a second. All right, so this video is got done covering, kind of what a payday loan service does and what it looks like. People go to get short-term, small loans, and the idea is, hey, I need money to cover this emergency or money to cover this immediate expense. I can get the cash quickly. I can pay what I need to pay, and then, okay, cool, I'll pay it back here in a little bit. But the problem is, as you kind of see, as you saw from a couple of those examples, the problem with this is when people get in the habit of going to these types of places and then they get themselves in trouble. They end up taking out more loans to cover the last loan that they got from the place. And so it's just this constant accumulation of debt. And okay, you owe them more and more money, every week. And it's like, oh crap. I know some people use it, some people do, but kind of follow this train of logic. If say right now I have a $300 car repair bill I got to pay. Oh crap, I don't have it. And I go borrow the $300 from them. Okay, cool. Give us $300. You'll pay back $300 plus say $50 extra for your interest. Okay, cool. So when it comes time to pay that in a few weeks, if you didn't have the $300 initially to cover the car expense, what are the chances that you now have the $350 to pay back this loan? And so, once again, oh crap, I got to pay them this money. Then it's like, how do I do it? So I go get another one. And it just kind of piles on top of each other and becomes, it gets out of hand quick. So, this next one we're going to cover. Down at the bottom, there's one more YouTube clip. But if you guys notice, I gave you guys an example of Rent-A-Center. Down at the bottom, there's a couple of pictures that I included with this. They're both over the same item. It should be a Nintendo Switch. And it kind of shows you the price of both how much it costs at Rent-A-Center and then how much it would cost to just buy it outright at Walmart. As you guys kind of see, it says, oh, you pay, I believe it's like $20 a week. Make that payment for X amount of weeks. Then just below that, it shows you the total amount that you'll have paid for that item once you're done. And the one I gave you looks to be just over $1,000 total at the end of the day. So I can go get it and take it home now and enjoy it and make my payments every week but by the time I'm done making my payments, I paid over $1,000 for something that, hey, I could have bought, just bought outright at Walmart for about $500, maybe $600 if I get, the ones with all the bells and whistles. So once again, go ahead and pause the video. There's one more clip to watch, kind of covering the same thing. Then we'll get back and wrap this up. All right, so hopefully this kind of gave you a better idea of what loans are and some different ways to look at them, maybe some different examples. So on a separate sheet, exit slip, 2 parts. First off, what are 2 things that stuck out about that last video I made you watch? Like 2 things that kind of like, oh, that kind of got my attention. It's eye-catching a little bit. And then, what are 2 things that you can relate to in this video? Like, whether it be you personally, whether it be somebody you know, family member, friend, maybe somebody that's been in that situation, maybe somebody that does that sort of thing, whatever it may be. So, 2 things that stuck out about the video, and 2 ways in any way you could relate to that video, whether it be somebody you know, you, family member, etc. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a comment in the section below, or shoot me an email. I'll see you guys next time.